Welcome to another edition of Kicking It with the Brothers. Uh, Folks, you will be able to see this on Saturday, March 2nd. We're in March, which is crazy. Also, welcome to my boy Charles, Mr. King Charles. Man, nice video they put up of you. Would have been nice if they built a still so they could tag you directly. They tag you in the video. But the Flyers, man, Mr. Was it 19 and 0? It was 19 and 0, right? In 2009.
Oh man, it was good times at home.
19 and 0. My brother was the only senior to ever go undefeated at home at the University of Dayton for their conference, or excuse me, for the entire season. Brother, it's good to see you, man. How you living?
Can't complain, man. Rainy day in Atlanta, but we good to go.
Yeah, we think guess maybe we'll get some good weather here in Indy. You shared a picture with me. It broke my heart this morning, but it's just like sometimes you got to just tell people about where their place is. Uh,
You sent shots in the group chat last night, so responses had to be had.
Yeah, that Henri was out here. So a picture of Henri, obviously being a Barcelona guy. But man,
Barcelona legend, Thierry Henry.
all right, bro.
I'm just saying, you saw him and Xavi on the Champions League chopping it up, man. That's his man. That's his man now. I can't help it.
He's defending him. He's defending him. He would be, and he'll be one of the first people on the pitch if y'all make a run. Who knows? So, which is more possible. Well, actually, I do have a question for you later on today, but I think we got to start. Obviously, we don't really get to get into managers a ton here, but the first two topics of the day, as you all know, last week, Thomas Tuchel, he had put in his notice / agreed upon mutual consent, if you will, that he will be departing the club at the end of this campaign. Bayern has been known for they're ruthless when it comes to managers. You're not winning, you're gone. This period there. I think they're under 10 straight Bundesliga titles. The last one to win the Bundesliga title is actually Dortmund. And shout out to Klopp at that time. And we'll talk about him in a little bit. But Charles, you have a pretty good nuance about Thomas Tuchel. And let's get into it, man. I think it's a good discussion to have about him.
mean, I I don't like. I'm in the camp of people. I think he's a mid tier. Like I think people rate him as like a top 10 manager, and I don't.
Oh,
Um, I mean, he's probably in that next tier, but like I would like he's like him and Unai are like the same level of manager to me. Like I don't think he's better than Unai or worse than Unai. They're kind of like one and the same to me. As far as like managerial skill. Um, I think he's also been the guy got some good fortune with some of the teams he's taken over, the times he's taken them over to bolster his resume and make things happen. He did. I mean, the one thing to his credit, he did get the most recent decent Kai Havertz season. So I mean, that unto itself is an achievement. But like I mean, of the German managers, to me, he's like the sixth, seventh best German manager.
hmm.
Just Klopp, Jurgen Low, Klinsmann, not Klinsmann, yeah, Nagelsmann, Flick. I'm not gonna count Javi Alonso because he's not German. That's four right there that are better than him off the rip. So I just think I don't know. I think he won the Champions League, and so people are like propping him up off that. But like I'm just like I don't really see enough. Like the man said, Joshua Kimmich wouldn't win the six. Like
Yeah.
that. Like miss me with that. The man said that's like saying Steph Curry ain't a shooting guard, dude. That's like Bill Polian say shout out to Indy. It's like Bill Polian saying Lamar Jackson a quarterback. So what are we talking about here, man?
Man, just kind of threw me under the bus right there. Just tagged me in
But,
with Bill Polian.
yeah, but I'm just saying though, it's just like wild to like, bro, like he's just he overthinks that he's too smart for himself. Like just play, like really just put out your best 11. I think like it's Bayern. If you put out their best 11, they'd probably be fine. But you trying to tweak things. You brought in Eric Dyer. Like, what are you really trying to? What are you really trying to say? What are you really trying to do? Like, I just don't know what. He's on the fast track to coaching the LA Galaxy. I feel like at this point. So, um, but of course, like he just keeps failing up. Now they're talking about him getting the Barca job. So it's like like the man is an opportunist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That he is.
He's
That
Sam
he.
Cook. I think it's Sam Cook.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh man, that's a good one. I like that. What do you think his futures are, man? Where's he gotta go? Where's he gonna go next?
Uh, I could see him probably get another. I mean, if he's he won't get a German job. Some people are. I mean, he's not. I don't think he's going to end up getting the Barca job. I could see him back in England
Okay.
on a lower level team. That's probably his level, though. I think he's a floor raiser, but he's not a ceiling raiser.
Mm,
Like I don't think Chelsea won the Champions League because of him.
I agree. Oh, I mean, you and I were talking that day. Oh my God, I think it was Memorial Weekend. That Saturday, and we were like, "Yo, what's up with our man's?" I mean, basically, it's not that Thomas Tuchel won that Champions League. Pep lost it.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I talked about that lineup that day.
There's
It's
a
not good.
what is he doing? And honestly, now because he's able to do some of those switchings because Holland and KDB just are at a different level now than they were at that time. Obviously, the Holland wasn't on the team, but it allows them to go through some of those mistakes. Like they were never in danger in Champions League at all last year. Like I said at the Inter match, but it's just like, okay, are we going to score? They're going to score first. You know what I'm saying? And granted, Inter had some things, but Pep got over that.
Mhm.
Can Tuchel ever Let me ask you this: would you take Tuchel at Tottenham if Ange ends up having to, if he's not a lifer? Would you take him at Tottenham?
No.
What if he got? Well, let me ask you this: what if he got? So he was interesting enough. So he was good enough for Chelsea, but say old boy gets say that Unai leaves Aston Villa and takes the say just something happens with Chabi or whatever, and then he's the Bayern coach. I don't see that happening, but he'd kind of be dumb not to think about that job. Say he was to take over Aston Villa. Aston Villa ends up getting an FA Cup and a top four spot. Y'all wouldn't entertain Tuchel at that time?
No, I don't understand why you just would you take him to Arsenal? Like I'm just saying, like you
Tuchel?
hypothetically
I'd
you
have
take him
to I'd have to think about it. Not now. Like not I don't want him replacing Arteta unless Arteta's
right.
unless he's listen. I've been clear about this. If Arteta gets an offer to go to Barcelona
Well,
in a couple of years' time, he's got to go. And you know what? And I'm like, yo, if I want to raise my family in Barcelona or like, and I'm Spanish, and also that's home. Like that club is like everything to them. Arsenal, like, Mikel also played for Everton too. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't good enough for Arsenal. Like this shit happens. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, I just was wondering. I don't know. It's something I have to think about just because the dude has won titles.
right.
So,
I mean, yeah, but like, has he? Which title has he won that he outright won start to finish?
I hear you. You were talking. I mean, I guess league. That's it. But we don't rate that. We don't.
Yeah, I better think we do later.
Um. So yeah, that would be about it. But I mean, God, Chelsea made it to, FA Cup appearances, etc. It's not that they weren't. I mean, FA Cup finals. I mean, they lost. I mean, he was losing the Klopp. Like that's not a terrible thing. Losing the Klopp in the finals. Like there's a lot of people who lost. I mean, shit. Poch has lost the Klopp in the finals with Tottenham. Um, listen, I think what it is that he is not as good. His accomplishments have actually outgained his status. I think. Right.
Right. Yeah,
Um,
that's a good way to put it.
and that's what it is. And once you get that Champions League, it's like, yo, there's not a lot of dudes who have that. Like for example, Conte doesn't have one. You know what I'm saying? But he has a Scudetto, etc. So that's an interesting thing. Who do you think let's say this? Who do you think gets a bigger job first? Conte or Tuchel? Two former Chelsea guys.
I think one of them is going to end up being the national team manager after the Euro. So both of them are. I don't know. I just feel like Conte's time's passed. Like I feel like him and Joe they're gonna have like they're being phased out. I think they're gonna have like they're gonna have a hard time getting like a top rate job again.
You gotta give me an answer.
Tuchel.
Okay. All right.
Just because I don't think people are like running like or beating down the door to hire Conte anymore. Like that time's gone.
One German manager to another. Um, you and I, for some time, we just have not been able to deep dive on the topic of, in our opinion, one of the best leaders is all the sports. Jurgen Klopp announced, and he did it the right way. It was a message towards his fans, or excuse me, towards Liverpool supporters, and the way he covered that in an interview, and it was all about once again being community centric. As Liverpool is one of the best cultures in the world, but Jurgen Klopp is since he has made that announcement, Liverpool is now gone to first on the table of the Premiership. Liverpool is advanced. They are in the round of 16 for the Europa League. They also have advanced in the FA Cup as early as this past week. Now they will be in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. And last Sunday, they claimed the Carabao Cup and were the EPL, the EFL champions in terms of the club championship. Phenomenal work by him. The quad is on, as you said, for sure. The quad
Who
is,
said?
yeah, I did, but you reminded me the quad is on. I mean, I'm okay with it being if we'll evaluate the Europa situation here in a second, but just some overall thoughts about how you think Klopp handled the retirement message, and then what you've been most impressed about with Liverpool.
I mean, their actual squad depth. The fact that like, one of the main things that I always, speak to is obviously as a Barca fan is, us having the best academy in the world. But it's been nice to see, some other teams pop up with some. Obviously the ones that are some teams that have been able to because of their sustained success, have been able to build their academies up, and now you're actually seeing the fruit of that. City's got some players coming through. My boy Oscar Bob, and it's good to see Liverpool as well with some of those young players. I definitely think that I mean they're good. Some of them are good. Some of them are better than others. I definitely think that what happened the other day was more a testament to like the lack of what I see from Chelsea, but. Um, there's no reason a team with that much money spent, like with just the money in the midfield, should be not be able to handle that situation. But it's good. I mean, I think like my money is still on City to make this finish this out. But at the same time, like I'm still I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool in his last season we get some fist pumps on the last day, some fist bumps and tears last day of the season at Anfield. So I wouldn't be surprised. I definitely think like they're just gonna lock in. I'm pretty sure like I gotta double check the bracket, but I only feel like maybe Marseille and maybe Roma can give them trouble in Europa. But I think they're gonna win Europa pretty easily, like especially with Mo coming back. So Mo will be back for most of them, will be back for the knockout rounds. So I think they're gonna win Europa. Um, the league is a little dicier, but I definitely think they're going to get Europa. So that maybe that'll be the crowning achievement of the year, which isn't a bad thing. But I mean, they're doing an overall good job. Like I'm interested to see like the direction they go in next year, just in general, because Mo might not be there. Um, Klopp's going to be gone, so I'm just interested just in general. Like I have nothing, but I have no bad things to say about Liverpool. They seem to run a decent operation over there, and they play entertaining football. So that's all I ask for. You're on mute. This guy.
No, I muted it. Hold on. I gotta make sure I write. I'll be able to take care of it. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Who do you think? Do you think where do you well actually do it again? 3, 2, 1. Where do you think Chabi Alonso will go?
Um, I think Bayern, just because I think they'll probably offer him more money.
Mm,
Um, but I would go to Liverpool personally, or just chill out at Leverkusen. But I just generally hate how Bayern just takes the best things from other, just strips the rest of the league for parts.
that's their model, right? It's kind of nasty.
Kind of hate it. So just the fact of like him losing to Bayern, just so Bayern could hire him, him beating Bayern, just to go join them, doesn't really sit well with me. So like I'd rather it makes more sense for him to go to Liverpool as like the conquering hero, but English football is its own beast. So it just makes more sense for him to stay in Germany, really. So I'm going to lean with that just because it's more of a side to side move. And he hasn't been a manager that long, so there's a reason he went to he. I'm assuming he probably could have gone the route of getting, the Vincent Company route of going into English football. What he
Right.
chose to go, he chose to go into German football for a reason. So that's why I
Mhm.
think he's more liable to go there because maybe there's something about German football that he likes going.
Never thought about it like that. Wow. Okay. Um, if you had to make a prediction today, do they become the German Invincibles?
Ooh,
Leverkusen.
they have to play Bayern again.
No, I think
Oh,
with Bayern.
they're gonna lose a game at some point.
Are they?
My bad. Leverkusen's in Europe, aren't they?
Hmm.
Yeah,
What's
the
that
old.
crazy if they end up losing to the team that he's gonna eventually? That would be wild.
I think I think all of that shit they want to do would be a brick wall um against Liverpool. I just would like as much as good as they are, I would be super interested to see them play another top level team. Just because the only good teams I've seen them play are German teams. Um, but anyway,
I
all this
think
this is great. This is the most time we've spent on the German league in a year and a half.
was good, but now you making me go back to edits. Thank you, thank you, touche. But it's all right. No, we covered Munich a bunch in the early parts because you liked who's you liked Leipzig early on.
Oh, it's like Leipzig. They got Black Javi.
Yeah. So Carb, they have Leverkusen. I have to make sure I go back and tell them where to edit that. Uh, Carbog, rather, excuse me. And I like the Europa gets it done quick. They ain't playing. They can make you go on your two a week. So they play back-to-back weeks in the Europa on the Thursday. Wolfsburg. Let me just make sure that they're done with Dortmund and Bayern for the year.
They're gonna lose a game.
No, excuse me. They got to go yellow wall, April 20th.
Has,
420.
has Bayern ever gone undefeated?
Mm-mm.
And I don't think Dortmund could because
Or
I don't think Leverkusen could because I think there are plenty of Bayern teams that are better than this Leverkusen team.
something to watch, something for us to keep our eye on. They are
They'll get clipped. They'll get clipped. Even it might just be like after they officially win the league, that next game they might drop. I mean, they might take one. So
got you. All right, on the weekend, some great matches. Man, we haven't really talked about our neighbors, well, my neighbors in North London. Tottenham Hotspur. I think the last time we talked, we even said Wolves would be a tricky one for them, and Tottenham just had their little time off. That was at obviously at White Hart Lane. They are back this week. We just received the news that Porro is going to be out another week or two, it looks like, and Richie is going to be out 2 to 3 weeks. So make sure you got your PL lineups together, everybody. Tottenham right now are sitting fifth in the table, in the domestic table. It's been a disruptive role for them a little bit. They are now 5 points behind Aston Villa, but with Tottenham has a game in hand. Crystal Palace, another London derby this weekend. Give me a
yes,
prediction, and then and actually, Charles, we're gonna have you play it on. Give us the goal scorers, and we're gonna hold you to a bet. Maybe you give somebody some good betting advice.
Well, first off, I just want to note we should probably never mention our PL teams. Austin and I are battling the relegation zone right now at our PL league. It's our first time playing, first year for me. I think it was his first year. We're learning some lessons, growing pains. But it's your boys are down bad for us to be soccer people.
We should be a little better.
Uh,
We figured out some things mid-year, though. We
yes,
talked.
yes, we did. Yeah, I
We
would say since
talked,
the
and we're like, have you noticed our points have been way better? We've always beaten the league average. I think one time I had 110 and you had like the second highest too. It was crazy.
what was the game we were talking about? I'm sorry.
Tottenham Crystal Palace.
Where's this game at?
White Hart Lane.
Oh, it's easy work. 3-1.
Okay. All right.
Can't keep a clean sheet if I like depending on it, but 3-1. Sonny gets back into scoring. Um, Sonny with 2. And I'm not gonna say matters. Maybe you know what? I'm pulling when I'm at. Turbo's gonna score.
Really?
Turbo's gonna finish one. Actually, no, I take that back. Brendan Johnson.
Okay. All right. There we go. I'm like, we can work with that. Richie across some great form too. Great form.
I'm gonna go Son and Brendan Johnson gonna get us out of there.
Need him to. Need him to. I'd love for y'all to lead that. That'd be great. Just because it's gonna be. I love it, man. We got. God, it's gonna be 12 games left here soon. It's crazy. Um, wow, wow. Yeah, it's only about to be 12 games left in the season on the domestic table, and 12 for you for Tottenham. That's all y'all competitions right now. You're still not worried about Unai?
No, not really. I mean, Ali Watkins can keep scoring.
Yeah,
That's
he's
like my only my bet is like he's playing out of his above his skill level right now. So I just don't think. Yeah, I mean at the end of the day too, it's like out of those 12, we really need him to drop points like 3 times. So it's not like it's like some. I don't think they're going to run off 12 straight in them. And
barely missed the number.
I haven't even seen a run in.
Yeah, that we gonna have to look at that. We'll yeah, we should look at that. I think. Well, shoot, we're getting closer here.
They got some team. They got some. What I'm saying, they got games above the 3 teams. Do they have any games above the 3 teams ahead of them that are going to need those games? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got to go to the Emirates. I do know
So
that for sure because
they're
I've
going
been marking those
to
down.
drop that. Like, so I definitely think that as long as the main thing, I mean, obviously, dude, it's being Spursy. It's are we going to shoot ourselves in the foot? It's not like more than likely we're going to get an opportunity. It's more so are we going to take it?
Fair enough. There it is. There it is. Um, the Manchester Derby is this weekend. United has to go to the Etihad.
Not to
No.
mention we play Villa next week, so if we beat them next week, we're in a good
Oh
position.
yeah, we getting Dion in for the show for that because I need him on record. 'Cause he don't believe in Unai either.
But
But
they
that's
got
at Villa, right?
yeah, but I mean they got in a 3-week span they play City and Arsenal. So I'm just saying
Yeah, buddy. It's getting hot.
the second to last game is against Liverpool.
We gonna find out what they about.
Yeah, I'm just saying, and their second to last game is against Liverpool, who are obviously going to be in peak form.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, they gonna need to win. So yeah, so the derbies this weekend. United is on 44 points. Manchester City is 59 points, 1 point behind the league leaders in Liverpool, and 1 point above the Arsenal right now. So City is sitting at 59 points. 15 points is the gap between United and City. Just doesn't sound right, doesn't feel right. But I mean, those are the times because United is what they are. Your thoughts on the match? No Rasmus again. He's still hurt.
I think it's going to be easy work. I don't even think they can do their thing where like they hold them like every once in a while, like once a year they're usually playing well.
Yes.
I don't even think they're good enough to do that. I just don't like. I don't like they don't have a Paul Pogba or somebody that's going to actually like do something. Rashford's not even in good enough form to do anything. Like if they uh Ten Hag better keep all the women and children, all those little 17, 18-year-olds at the house. This is not the game for them. He needs to run his adults out there, and I don't. I'm going. Shit, where's this game at?
Etihad.
Oh, they're gonna catch four.
Yeah, I think so too. 4-1 or 4-0.
I give them nah. I'm gonna give them two,
4-2. Okay.
like a late goal.
I like 3-1. I like 3-1 just because Tenai gonna be doing. I think he's gonna try to keep it tight early.
I think. And I'm gonna say I'm gonna throw the United goals coming from Scott McTominay. Don't know why,
Always.
but
Yeah. Always. I mean, that dude finds back in that for sure.
I didn't even think he could score that goal. But I think what I saw this week at the midweek from City was very frightening and encouraging all at the same time. Uh, I still wish we could find. I still to this day, like I'm not until I'm blue in the face, try to figure. Like I want Pep to figure out a way to play Holland, Alvarez, KDB, and Foden together.
Yes.
And Bruno, not Bruno Bernardo. But if he could, like, I don't like. There has to be a way because, like, just playing Doku's trash right now, and he's getting better, but he's not good enough to like be like sitting one of those guys on the bench. So I wish he can figure out a way to like make that work.
He needs a year.
Yeah, yes.
He needs a
And,
year.
poor Whack Grealish. I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, he needs a year.
Jack need a hug.
Hmm. Yeah, he's hurt. So they need Doko to do his thing too. So which is
That's what
great.
I'm saying. Now it's better, man. I don't know, like, I know he's not a winger, but like, man, put Alvarez out there and let him like tuck in or something, or put Foden out there and let him tuck in. Like, get
Yeah.
creative.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. So that takes us to the Champions League predictions on the week. On Tuesday, actually, we will see on Tuesday that'll be back. Uh, Bayern actually will be hosting Lazio. Do you? I mean, it's kind of tough for you to make a prediction now, not knowing what's going to go on with this team, like because momentum does matter, form matters when it comes to obviously in football. But if you have a thought here, I'm willing to give a prediction. But Bayern host Lazio 3 p.m. and at the same time, Sociedad. So that once again the aggregate is Lazio's up 1-0 on Bayern. But Bayern once again is hosting them now, and Real Sociedad is down 0-2 to PSG in the aggregate on next Tuesday.
I think Harry Kane is going to save Bayern. I don't think Bayern's going to actually play well. I think they're actually going to go. They're going to. There's going to be a point where it's 2-2 on aggregate, and I think I'm just going to go with the Harry Kane hat trick. Big time players, big time game. Harry Kane hat trick.
3-1, 3-0.
3-1.
Okay.
They're too wide. They're too open at the back.
I like 3-1 as well. That's a
They're too
good
open
number.
at the back. I
Good
think
number.
Lazio. I think Lazio just because they're playing with house money. I think they're going to go for it.
Oh, well, there you go. And that'll open them up, and then that'll be a problem for them.
But I think in them going forward, like they might be able to. Like I've just like as I'm watching Bayern right now, I've just seen too many like teams that aren't on their level just get at them.
Sorry ball is sorry ball. So,
Yep.
hmm
First, like we said, yet like we say all the time, that next goal matters.
Oh yeah, no doubt,
They get the Lazio gets their first goal. Oh God,
no doubt.
they might put me and you in the box and defend.
Feel me? You ain't lying. Um, and then we have Sociedad hosting PSG 2-0. It's a wrap, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think Sociedad might actually win the game or draw.
Yeah,
But I think Mbappe is going to score because I think Mbappe is always going to score. Um, but I think like at home, I think Sociedad might be able to get 2 goals. Like I think they'll like do enough to make it like it won't be a bad night for the fans.
yeah, 2-1, something like that, right?
The fans will be appreciate the effort that they play with.
Let me just say that I think Bayern's gonna advance, and then Bayern is absolutely hoping that Porto beats Arsenal, or they are hoping that they get one of the Dortmund or PSV teams. And then
I mean,
it's the
hoping,
semis. It's just like you
I'm,
just never know what happens in the semi.
I'm hoping for the same thing as a Barcelona fan that we beat Napoli and then the PSV. I would love nothing more.
Oh yeah, just get to a semis. There's just
All
like
right, we're get Porto because I always take my chances against the Portuguese teams. The fact that Jose won the fucking Champions League with Porto is an achievement that I can't think does like match. Like when he talks his shit, I'm like, well, he did win the Champions League with Porto, dude.
yeah, it's crazy.
Like it's the feather in his cap. Like
So I mean, and he goes, I win Champions League, and, and it's just wild because I think that Madrid team he had is maybe one of the best ever,
yeah,
like ever, and didn't win that year. And like they said, like Ronaldo just went like it really crushed him because also he knew that Mourinho was gone too. I mean, Flo was just relentless back then. But all right, yeah, there we go. So let's go to obviously Wednesday, Madrid. It will be hosting Leipzig. They have a 1-0 lead right now.
3-1. Jude's back. You guys are fine.
Yeah, they're in
Work.
quarters. And City
Uh,
Copenhagen, just for fun. They gotta
All I'll say in the Leipzig game is like maybe if Danny Olmo maybe wants to take his chance because Danny Olmo will get a chance to score a goal. That is,
Mhm,
he will get a clear cut chance because I don't think I've ever seen a game that he didn't get a clear cut chance in.
mhm.
Whether or not he finishes it is beyond me. But I do think you guys will be fine. As far as City and Copenhagen, I think they're just thing. Like I think Copenhagen is just going to be something that City cleans their teeth with. I think they're at that point in the season where like they're just like if you're not like those teams are just getting buzzsawed. They might put
Yeah,
six. So
yeah. Obviously, I think the week after ones are a little bit more compelling, but they're still gonna be fun. Obviously, there's some personal gain to be had here. So, football's gonna be fun. This month is crazy. Just seeing the calendar that Bleacher put at is gonna be amazing. Give us some lasting thoughts on football world, brother.
I know we said this is the great age of soccer, great age of football. Um, in 2007, Barcelona had Ronaldinho, Thierry Henry, Samuel Eto'o, and coming off the bench, young Messi. And they finished third in the league. I just want you to understand that. That's how real La Liga was back in the day. They lost in the semis of the Champions League. That's how competitive these things were. Literally generational players, the best players that have ever been from continents. Maybe the two of the five best South Americans that have ever lived. Maybe the first or second best African that ever lived. And I would say this is like second or third best Frenchman of all time.
Player of all time. Yep.
Third. He's third. Mbappe's passed him. He's the third best Frenchman. Zizou, then Mbappe, and then him. But
No, I'll tell you why not.
I would love to hear the argument. But let me
They
finish
both have
that.
World Cups.
Huh?
They both have World Cups. What
Yeah. But
another
one
one
has.
has a Champions League, another one has a many premierships, and also is invincible.
That's fair.
We're counting the trophies and for League
I'm
Just
not. I am more pro Henri than I am Mbappe. So like, if you want to convince me of that, like, I'm not gonna argue with that. Like, that's
uh,
my guy.
there's no convincing that's needed.
I love TT. So
We'll hold the debate.
uh,
You know what? Let me. I'll write that down.
just saying. I think that's a fair one.
Yeah, agreed.
But I mean, I'm saying though, like I feel like the having the World Cup, but then having the um hat trick in the other World Cup kind of negates some of that. I mean, he's going to be France's all-time leading scorer here in by the Euros probably.
Mm.
So depends on how you want to look at it.
Interesting and fun times for sure. Um, all right. Well, that does it for this week of the Kicking It with the Brothers edition. Appreciate everybody. Don't forget to click your like and subscribe. And on the channel, this is March. Lots of college basketball, lots of college or women's college basketball content, including as we get into, and we are very, very close to the business end of the season. So here we are in football in this campaign. Appreciate you as always, Charles. We out.